supposed to say that? At our community. How's that? Oh, Jiminy Christmases. I'm trying. Anyways, all right. Let me get to this script because guess what? I'm better if I have the script. It says, hi, I'm Carol, the owner and creator behind CarolJo's, where creativity and community come together. Thank you for the heart, me, Sally. Here at CarolJo's, we do a little bit of everything. It's not just all about jewelry. It's about connections, creativity, and having fun while learning together. Each week, we have 2 tutorials, which I have one of the 2 tutorials made up, but I forgot to grab it and bring it over here. So in just a little bit, I'll show you what that one is. That's where I show you how to make beautiful jewelry and accessories step by step. 8 p.m. tonight, and that's 8 p.m. Central, we will be doing one of our 2 tutorials. And then we do 2 chats a week. That's your time where we talk about tips and tricks and answer your questions about jewelry making or running your small business. And then throughout the week, we have several live events where you can claim items that we've talked about in the tutorials. And there will be other items that you can find to make new treasures with and create your own things. Today, we are doing our chat time. As every Monday, we talk about what our quote of the week is. I always put out a quote every Monday. And this week, the quote is very short, but I want to read it word for word instead of what I paraphrase it. And that is, your craft is your story told through your hands. So that is what today's tutorial is. That anything that we make, it's your story to tell. You get to create it and make it your own. And you get to tell that story about it. And I just think that that was a really cool quote to just talk about. And then talk about, like, what are you guys creating? And so I just thought it was just an interesting quote. You guys let me know. Oh, I forgot to also say, here on TikTok, we get 10 shares, 10,000 likes, and we will be doing giveaways. I forgot to say that. Sorry. So part of what I put with it is our description of it. So you're starting a new week. It is your chance to start creating something new and meaningful to you. Sometimes we can get into ruts and we're like, oh, dang, how do we get out of it? And that is just start creating. And it goes back to some of the other quotes that we've had throughout the week, whereas if you just start, things just start coming together and you finally are like, hey, this is all coming together and I get it and I like it and I like what I'm creating. You know, that type of thing. Where am I from? I am from South Dakota, which is in the United States. So that is one thing that I wanted to share with you, is why I really, really liked that quote, because it talks about just starting. You know, it's just, whoa, I'm messing up here. I'm trying to put out a whole bunch of little baskets so I can sort some stuff. And then I had all my little cards fly down at me. I have one more to put out. So I am working on getting things ready for Saturday. You guys asked for it, so we are going to do it on Saturday. We will have the cord event. I have all of the 1.5 ready to go. And here, we had these earlier, but we have them back. I didn't sell them all. I found 5 more packages of them. So we are going to have more of the, what am I call it? 0.5, that's what it is, 0.5. Orange pink, there we go. So I just need to sort them. Hi Lisa, how are you doing? And for everybody who has their list taken care of, I have one more to get ready to go to the post office, and then everything is gonna go to the post office and it'll be on its way. Hey, Ashley. Thank you for doing all the shares. I'm doing good. It's Monday. Oh, that one's not the, that one goes there. I'm like, that doesn't look the same. Woo, that basket is not wanting to stay. Let's see if we can get it to stay there. Da, 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 da. There we go. So we just have 5 of these. 5 of each color will be coming up. Hi, Joe. So what are you guys working on? I'm working on, I got to show you what we're going to do tonight. Remember I told you guys about the column bead that I usually use for my Hello on the Daily 25 that we usually use in anklets, or what I've always used in anklets. So I'm going to grab it here. I put it on the cone, so maybe today you'll be able to see it better on the cone. Because I do not have an anklet display. So that is the column bead. That is a cat's eye in light purple. I'm just calling this one purple. So I'm going to bring this up close. So that is what we are going to be doing tonight. So if you guys like these beads, I already have for Thursday's bead event, it's going to be during the day, because the way this week is working out, I have my board of directors meeting on tomorrow night. So usually when I have that, I don't go live that night because the meetings go longer now that I changed to a different position on the board. So that means no live tomorrow night. You probably saw that on the calendar. What that also means is that with us doing family night on Thursday, because I don't want to give up Thursday night family night because that's kind of important to us. Yes, you can ask, Christy. I haven't sold one recently, but I'm just going to give you a ballpark-ish and not like a firm type answer. But that one I would probably sell for, and that one is a 9.5 inch. And that would be in the medium to large anklet size. And that one would probably be, with those beads, around $8 to $9. We will have the purple. I have purple, pink, and blue ready to go for the bead event that is Thursday afternoon. I think that's when it is. Let me double check the calendar. You're welcome. Let me check. I want to make sure I'm telling you the right times. It is a pinned post in my profile here on TikTok. It is also in my shorts on YouTube. Bead event Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. I am probably, that Thursday bead event is going to be, and I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes, an all glass event. All glass beads event. I have, I believe it's 9 different colors. No, Ashley, we're raining here. I'm like, I looked out and I'm like, is that really rain? So I have to run to the post office right after this. So I'm hoping no yuckies. But what I'm gonna do is I want to try to get all 9 colors of those cat eye beads. I have purple, pink, blue, red, gray, orange, green, I can't remember the rest of the colors. There might be white in there too, but I want to try to get those all ready for Thursday. And then do you guys remember when we made the stacked necklace here and this blue one here? Is this the same bead? I think it is. Let me go double check if it's the same bead. Let me see. I pulled beads and I thought it was this one, but then I'm like, is it? Yes, it looks like it's the same bead. So that's why I think it's this one here. But I said I had more colors of this one. And we will have those beads up. There's like another 7 or 8 colors of that one. We have red, orange, yellow, black. I can't see the rest of the colors. We'll have those up for claims. So we have that coming up on Thursday. Friday's bead event is going to be a mix of everything like we normally have on a Friday night. And then no silicone event this week. I did not plan one this week. So hopefully everybody's okay with that. I did not do one this week. Thank you, Lisa, for the heart me. I appreciate that. And then we are going to, on Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday is that one. Oh, Lordy. I got to do the Trinkle Shore necklace. I had them backwards in my head. So you guys won't know what tonight's about until tonight because I didn't do that one up. So, hey, I got one up early. Hi, Deborah. How are you today? So I will create one right after I get back from the post office, an example, and you guys will see it on the live. How's that for but what we're going to use for that one, I'll tell you what we're going to use. We're going to use a little piece of memory wire to create a necklace. We are talking about, it's our chat time here where you get to ask any kinds of questions about jewelry making or running a small business. We share tips and tricks about jewelry making. And we talk about here on Mondays about our quote, which we've already done, and then the schedule for the week. Does that help you out? Trying to get some of these stacked up and out of my way so I can have some room on the desk to get these ready. All right, thanks for the thumbs up. I think it goes this way. I don't draw. I have no ability. Okay. You're like, I'm here now. I have no idea what size I need for these. I got to put them in bags, but I have no idea what size these will fit in. That's the joy of everything. You never know what size you need to put stuff in. Not going to fit in that bag very well. Let's go the next size bigger. And that one I might need to go downstairs and get more later. Nope, I don't. Woohoo! I don't have to. All it is a chat time today. So we're going to have, on Saturday, we'll have that 0.5. And this is light pink polyester cord. This is a 0.5 millimeter. We'll have that one up for grabs on Saturday. Somebody's shooting guns outside. I live out in the country. Nope, I do not sew. This you can use to create jewelry with by using macrame. Oh, cool. That is really neat, Ashley. I know a lot of people are making like the scorpions and the spiders and that type of thing. And I think that's a pretty neat idea. I know somebody taught us how to do it. I just have not gone in and done it yet. Whoops, I forgot to put the label on these. Hi, Angela. Just know I want to say, Angela, you have been in my thoughts and prayers for this entire last week and will continue to be, okay? All right. You're welcome. We are having a chat time, and this weekend on Saturday at 10 a.m., we are going to have a cord event. I've never done an event that is only all the cords that I have, and so I am getting them all ready for Saturday. We have this one here that I'm working on is a 0.5 millimeter diameter. I have all of the 1.5s ready to go. I need to work on 0.8s, 1 millimeter, and 2 millimeter. So each day I want to get one of the sizes done so that we're ready in time for Saturday. So today is the 1.5. And that is what we're working on right now, is just putting them in the bags. And then I don't know which size I'll work on tomorrow. My goal is we have the bring back on. Do we have a bring back tomorrow? Let me look. Yes, we have bring back. So this afternoon, after I get back from the post office, I will be working on the bring back items. So tonight I will be able to let you know which ones those are. And then, so we'll do that one tonight, or before we have tonight's live. And then I've got the cat eye done for Thursdays that I was going to do 3 colors every day. I have this like grand plan in my head. We got 1 size every day of the cord and 3 of those to get them ready in time. That's my goal. And then I have to do an example of tonight's project that we have the tutorial on. So, and that one is titled Tranquil Shores Necklace Tutorial. So I will be grabbing some of the bead colors that are more of like a beachy, calming color. And we're going to make it with memory wire. That is what we're going to be doing tonight. I just had them backwards when I was working on them today. So I already have Wednesday's done, but I don't have today's done. So what projects are you all working on? And I ordered, or I can't say that word, but I'm going to say it anyways. Lots of gorgonias. So I don't know if we're going to just put those straight out Still working on a rosary. Does that take a while? I have never made one. Well, I was going to say, does organizing beads ever end? Really, truthfully, I don't think it does. That's just me. You can tell me. We can all like go, yep, that's so true. Okay. That is cool. It's a neat idea. Hello? I do not know how to pronounce your name there on YouTube. Next up, we have the light orange color. We have 12 colors in total that we'll have for this one. You're going to do one? I have never done a rosary. I've never done one. Do, 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 do. But it's like, I bet you, Angela, it'll come like second nature and you'll be just like, I got this. So Ashley is asking, do I store finished jewelry a certain way? I live in South Dakota in the United States. Yes, I do. I put them in, like, here's a necklace. That's how I store them. So then you just take it out and there's your necklace. So, they may or may not have the little tag that you can put on your pegboard displays. Earrings I store, well, here's a keychain and it's just in the bag that we did that keychain. And then earrings, I just put them in a bag too. I usually put them on a earring card before I put them in there, but I didn't do that on that pair. So that is how I store all my jewelry waiting. The ones that toss them all together. I keep them separate like that in baggies, and then I also then separate them out. Like when I was doing in-person events, I would put all of my earrings in sandwich size bags by color. This is me, because this is how I am. You guys know, even when I show stuff, it's colors. And then I would put the sandwich size bags into a plastic shoebox to take. And I had plastic tubs that I would put all my shoe boxes in to take to a show. That is literally how, and I had three of them. Yep. I am rainbow order and then neutral order girl through and through. Hi, Candy. Doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be stored that way. But everything is stored in a plastic bag. The reason why I do the plastic bags, even over organza bags, is because the organza bags are breathable, so the air can get through it all the time. Whereas the plastic bags, the air, well, if you can get all the air out, yes, there's a little bit of air in there, but you're decreasing the amount of time that the air is around that jewelry to cause tarnishing. So I literally would do, if I had necklaces, my necklaces were done by the type of necklace, because I would put like long necklaces in a certain area, whereas, you know, and then I would do um short necklaces in a different area when I laid it out for my displays. So those, but then I would sort them by colors too. And that way, if I would be like, okay, what size, what color, and if they said, I am looking for a shorter necklace in black, I could be like, okay, grab the bag, put them out, and say, here's some, you know, because they will ask if you have something else than what's out. And that's how I did it, so that people could get to it very easily. That's how I decreased my, and you're right, it just takes time to look for everything, but if I put them in a order that made sense to me. So you have to find an order that makes sense to you. So even I've got the pictures, I just need to create the video. So even the area where I am storing all of the pens, that is all color coded too. Thank you, Patty, for all of the gifts and the heart me. It's, whoops, that's not the one I want. They're sorted by, like, all my glitter pens are all in the same area, and then we're in color order. All of my solid barrel pens are all color coded, and it goes from lightest to darkest. So the lightest color of red is first, and then the next one, and you go until I don't have another color like that. It's literally even how I store those, so that I can go down there, and if you said, I need a red pen, I can just grab those containers, take a picture of it, or show you where they're at on my home space, and go, okay, here you are. So that's the thing that I do. Because you have to find a system that works for you, though. My system might not work for you, because I can tell you, with my sister, my system would not work for her, because we are two different people. How does everybody else store jewelry that they have ready to go for a live event? Or even for if you do it on your own home space? I'd like to see what other people do. I'm excited, everybody. I'm going to get this one done. Hi, Lori. While we are on the live, I think. Because I only have 5 more. So I'm over halfway done. Woohoo! And right now, I think everybody's loving the spiders and the scorpions. Oh, you're welcome, Rose. I hope you like everything. Let's see, we're on green. All right. Thank you, Lori, for the heart me. Thanks, Hippie, for the repost. And the heart me. I appreciate it. Oh, I remember now. I think I need to redo this. Yes, I do. Let's do this cake slice. There we go. I said I store mine. Nobody else has answered it yet, so I'm waiting. I was going to say I store mine by the product. sometimes within product by different things, like long necklaces are all stored together, short necklaces are all stored together, and then I do color. And that way, if somebody says, I said earlier, a short necklace in black, I can go get all my black short necklaces and show them to them. Or you can pick out all the earrings, that type of thing. But like the acrylic paint pours that I do, those I actually keep those separate. And I've actually had people just put out all the acrylic pours and select with what they want from that way. And because they were wanting sets, and I keep them together by sets. And then they just grab them and can decide which ones they want. I literally had somebody that everybody in that taught Sunday school all got a necklace and earring acrylic paint pour one year for Christmas. This individual would come to me every year to buy different gifts for her Sunday school teachers at her church. So one year it was the paint pour necklaces. Another year it was different like short necklaces and an earring. She always did necklace and earring. So when you're getting into this type of time of year, it helps to have some of those ready to go for those that want to do it. Hi, Lulu. How are you doing? So I knew going into that show, I would always need different styles of sets. This one is the 0.5 millimeter. This one is a 6-ply polyester cord. There's 18 meters on the roll. And on Saturday, we'll have them up for 1.5 value. We have 5 rolls of each color, and we have 12 colors of that one. I've got 0.5, 0.8, 1. The 1.5s are all done and ready to go. And then I've got to work on the 2 millimeter also. But tomorrow night, I will not have a live in the PM, in the evening. I got to do one more thing that isn't related to this. I just remembered. I wrote it down. I haven't looked at my list overall. Oh, geez. You guys were prepping for Thanksgiving, weren't you, Lulu? This week. Okay. We are doing ours on Thanksgiving, as long as it doesn't snow. I don't want snow on Thanksgiving. My husband was so funny because he goes, you might have to drive to where we're going to go. We're going to my aunt and uncle's, which is like 2 hours away. And he's like, you might have to drive. And I'm like, why? And no, ours is all gone. We had 73-degree weather on Thursday or Friday last week. So our snow is all gone. So we had a few, like, yeah, I hate driving, but this gets even better. It was the most beautiful snow in the world. And then all of a sudden on like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the weather just turned like beautiful. And we had record-breaking highs on Friday, I believe it was, throughout the entire state. It was like on the eastern half of South Dakota. And then we went to normal, not like really cold, but it's back lower now. Oh, I wouldn't want snow and rain. And so what I said to him, I'm like, why am I having to drive? And he goes, well, it might be snowing and I'll have to go into work. Now, let's think this through. If you have to go in to work on trucks because they're plowing snow, should I even be driving? And he's like, good point. Like, no, I shouldn't be driving. So that was our funny of because if he go, he's the mechanic for the highway department for our county. And so if a plow truck breaks down, I was like, that means it's snowing. Hello, that means no travel. We don't have, our grass stopped growing. We got dry here, so it stopped growing. It's still greenish, but yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lori, for agreeing with me, because I was like, what the heck? Yeah, we're having crazy weather. And so then Ryan tells me, because of working for the county and they have to predict out like how much snow and be prepared and have everything ready. So they get different types of like long-term forecasts than a lot of people get. And so anyways, he was like, yeah, they said if we do not have snow during the week of Thanksgiving, we won't have snow past Christmas. Oh, we just get out the leaf blowers. But living in the country, they're not as bad as they are in town. Ours is, yay, we got them all ready, everybody. I will put them in bags after the live. Or maybe I can get to the bags here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to them. And then we can put them in order. But oh, I love living out in the country. I've lived in town and I've lived in the country. I love where we live at. And the reason why I do is because we actually live within, it takes us to get to the edge of Sioux Falls 15 minutes at most. I don't even think it takes us 15 minutes anymore because Sioux Falls keeps growing. So they predict at some point, like not probably in my lifetime, but shortly after that, where I live at will be in city limits. So see, and I love living out where we are. Because it's like country living. We have hardly anybody around us. Yes, I mean, we have our nearest neighbor is like 1/8 of a mile. So it's not like really far away. But there's 3 of us in 1/4 of a mile. And then it's like over a mile before we have anybody else. Because nobody wants to drive down gravel. Patty wants chickens and goats and a big veggie garden. Then you would fit in at my sister's house partially. She's got the chickens. She wants goats, but her husband says no. And I don't know why. That usually doesn't stop her. The nearest Walmart to us is actually right on the city limits. And so, ours is like when we get to the city limit, then we're at Walmart. But I like Target better. But we don't have a Target by us. So, okay, Lori, I just have to ask, because she's up in the Minneapolis area. I got to think about the name. Is it Earl Brown Center? Is that the name of the farm that's been turned into a convention area? Oh, ours, there in Sioux Falls, there are 2 different Targets. There are 4 Walmarts. So we have like everything in Sioux Falls. They do have Chick-fil-A. We have 2 different Chipotle's, I believe. We have Panera's. Nope, IKEA, the nearest one is Minneapolis at the Mall of America. Okay, I'm trying to think of what that center is, because it is on 494. Now I'm going to have to look this up, because when I was working in the financial world and did electronic payments, there was a convention or like where I had to go every year to okay. So then I'm going to go look and see if I can figure this out. Cuz it's like it was a big farm that they've turned into a convention center, and there's like, so it was all the outbuildings to it, and they made enclosures so that you never had to go outside and you can walk from building to building. But I don't know if that's the name of it. Yes, it's in Brooklyn Center. It's in Brooklyn Center. Yep, it's the Earl Brown. I was right. Why do I remember it? I have not been to that convention there in like 9 years. But it's really kind of cool. It's like there's a big barn that they have turned into. There's littler rooms, and then there's a big, huge, like where you can have your wedding reception at. And then people will have their weddings there because there's grass areas. But what I didn't realize, you're going to laugh, is that, so 494 goes on like this. I have no idea. 494 is here. And on this side is where the convention center is at. And on this side is where one of the state prisons is at. Like, it's literally across the interstate. I liked walking around there because they have a lot of flowers and different types of flowers. And so literally I was like, I went to go get gas to come home, and I found that, and I was like, I went to the people that put it on, and I'm like, why don't you tell us we were that close? And they're like, are you freaked out? And I'm like, well, yeah. He goes, that's why. I'm like, okay. And then if we weren't there, we were at a different place, and like that was down the interstate. Yep. I just was like, oh, I live a sheltered life. So I was just like, okay, I didn't know that was there, but I literally am very sheltered. At one point this year and last year, it was going on for a few years, that they were trying to get a new prison built in South Dakota, and it was going to be like 5 miles down the road from us. they got it to stop because the way that they did the eminent domain to take over the land and something else, a group of people said it was didn't go against, it went against South Dakota laws. So it got stopped. The one that's around us, they found a different place they're going to put it. And everybody's like, well, it has to go somewhere. It's going to be in somebody's backyard. And I'm like, but we don't have the infrastructure. I'm like, we literally don't have, we don't have a rural, like, system for waste management. We don't have the light capacity, like for the electricity or the water. We were like, what the heck? That was our biggest concern is that we're not equipped. The roads are not equipped for the traffic. That was a big one. So yeah, so it would be the way it was going to go is 1 mile south and 3 miles east of us is where it was going to go in at. Yeah, and I get the problem that we have if we do that here is that there's nobody. Hi, Gladys. There's nobody to work if it's in the middle of nowhere. Because they did have one of the women's prisons in South Dakota in a small town, and they couldn't find people to work there. And so they had to move it. You know, because South Dakota doesn't have a lot of people. When you get out into, and we have areas where your nearest neighbor is miles away. Hi, Judy. I mean, that's just in the western part of South Dakota. It is very desolate. Hey, Melissa. Oh, see him. Thank you for the heart me, Melissa. So yeah, they don't pay very well in ours. So that's why it didn't work. So they've moved them to larger towns. Hey, you guys completed the first stage of the club request. And I got these done. I just need to put them in a container to get them ready for Saturday. Saturday, we're going to do that down in the kitchen dining room area because when we get the baskets out, because with having the spools, when you start stacking the spools, the baskets get topply and I don't want to topple. So we're going to put those, we're going to do that one down there and just have a single layer and not stack. It makes for interesting baskets though for when I go to do the list. You got to be creative on how I can get those all to go together. It's like Jenga. That's what I feel like when I'm doing it. And I did some from this week, from Friday night's live, and I'm like, we gotta just be careful. We got it. So when you guys take care of your lists on those, I'm just like, hallelujah. We have one less that's gonna topple. I know it sounds silly, but I'm like, whoa. Thanks. Hey, Michelle. To say, are you gonna ever thank you for the heart me, are you gonna do a brick stitch tutorial ever, like on your own or on someone else's? Because that would be really cool and then I can learn how to do it. She put a picture of them on the Book of Faces group of what she's been working on using the brick stitch. And I'm like, they are adorable. Excuse me, I'm yawning today. I didn't get much sleep. I couldn't go to sleep last night. And I couldn't go to sleep because I was doing gorgonias. We will have, they are going out in today's mail. So sometime we're gonna have ombre gorgonia beads, 8 millimeters. We have some, they're round. We have, I gotta think. I'm gonna go grab. I took notes this time so I knew what I was getting. We have half of them that are gonna, we have some 8 millimeter rounds that are gonna be half cat eye and half glitter. We're gonna have ombre 8 millimeter round, ombre glitter round. We do have some 6 millimeter ombres. We've got bamboo. Awesome. You know what? It just, all it matters is about making that connection. And if you can connect with the right people, your sales will be there, even if the traffic number is low. And that's the biggest thing, is that you can, if you can connect, it makes your time there awesome. We're going to have the bamboo shaped ones. I don't remember what size they are, but I've got bamboo glitter, cat eye, and ombres coming. I'm so excited for you, Judy. We've got an ombre swirl, 8 millimeter round. We have oval cat eyes. We have oval glitter with a clear coat on the outside. And then an oval color changing, oval glitters. We've got a square glitter, square ombre glitter, irregular cat eyes, irregular glitter, irregular ombre, and round ombre. So we have some, they're not round, I'm sorry, they're rondelles. So we have a lot of different, some of these are mixed bags. I want to get them in because of the different shapes, like the squares and the irregulars. I am bringing those in as mixes so that you guys can like look at them, get them if you would like, and then let me know if there's certain colors you want me to get so we have a whole bag of a specific color. So that is what we'll do with that. And the same with the ombre swirl, 8 millimeter round. I just got a bag. No, I ordered 6 colors of that one. Which one was it that I ordered the mix? Color changing is a mix. The glitter with clear, that oval with glitter with clear. I need you guys to let me know what you think of that. So yeah, so the end, that's what we got. And the bamboo, I got those as a mix. So we'll have those in probably about 3 weeks, and then I got to get them ready. So that is what I will be working on. I'm so excited to bring those to you guys. And if there is something in the Gorgonias that you guys specifically want, just let me know, and then I can see what I can find. So for those of you, that's why I was up late last night, is that I don't hide what some of the places that I source from. You guys will see it if you get on. I will be on somebody's live, and she is shopping for me. So that is what we do there. And then she sends it to me. I want to find the manufacturer of them, but that one, the company does not deal with me. They go through suppliers. Because I have been trying for a very long time to get in contact with them. They use their suppliers to do it. I am putting all of our cards in alphabetical order so that I can put them all away for the next live. I think that's all of them. So then I'll have your names and don't have to write them on another one up. There we go. All right, everybody. I am about ready to hop off here so I can finish getting everything ready. Your anybody who took care of their lists by even through today, before this live, I have one more to package up, and then they are all gonna head off to the post office and on their way to you. So I will have those probably, you'll probably see an update here within hopefully an hour that they are on their way to you guys. I told Ryan I would take him to the post office because we did family time with his parents yesterday. So we did football and then family time. So if you guys noticed, everybody got their lists on Saturday. I was able to get them all done on Saturday. So that is what we did. But I want to get that out and done and then get the example for tonight made up and be back and see you guys at 8 p.m. tonight, where we are going to do the Tranquil, what did we call it? I forgot the name of it already. Not there. Let's go here. There. The Tranquil Shore Necklace. So think the calming seashore colors. That's what we're going to use tonight to make a necklace. So we will see you all later tonight, all right? Everybody have a good afternoon. Bye.